Hello everyone, welcome back to the Topic Aquatic channel. In this video I'm going to be tearing down my 20-gallon saltwater system to make way for a 20-gallon vivarium that is going to be going in its place. And the reason I'm doing this is because I have 3 smaller saltwater aquariums, and over time I've realized that doing weekly water changes on that and getting that much salt for these 3 separate tanks is a lot of money. It's also a lot of time to do 3 separate water changes and 3 separate tests almost every single week for saltwater. So that's one of the reasons, or a couple of the reasons, that I wanted to get rid of that saltwater tank. And I've actually already done this on my channel, and I've combined all 3 of my saltwater systems into a 40-gallon breeder that I now have up and has been running for months now. This tank is gorgeous. I made a whole video about it. It is the best work I have ever done on this channel. Check it out if you guys have time. But for this video, I wanted to make this vivarium for my 5 Pacific tree frogs. And these guys are absolutely gorgeous frogs. They've been with me for a while now, and pretty soon I'm going to be doing a breeding project with them, as I've done in the past with one of the frogs that you'll see again today. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video and enjoy Hubert's reappearance. So thank you guys so much for clicking on it, and let's get into the video. The first step in this process was completely sanitizing and getting the 20-gallon tank ready for my frogs. And this process included scraping down all of the coralline algae that has grown over 2 years on the sides of my glass here. And after this, I had to let the tank sit out for a while, and using a numerous amount of different sanitization products, completely douse it so that they would be safe for my frogs to live in. After this first step is when I set down my drainage layer. This layer consisted of a thin layer of sand and Aqueon shrimp plant balls. I forgot the exact name, I'll throw a picture up now. But all of that is just covered on top by a thin layer of weed mesh fabric, and then on top of that I have my soil. And if you're wondering what I use for soil, I will throw it up on the screen now as well. When working on the hardscape for this tank, I had 2 main focal points that I wanted to focus on to draw your attention in this tank. The first one was the live bonsai tree, which isn't actually live at all. It is just moss glued onto the top of a bonsai tree to make it look like it has leaves again. And the second thing I wanted to draw your attention was the see-through cave at the front of the terrarium here. And I actually think this was a wonderful idea, as I got to see these frogs in there all night long just hanging out with each other. It was actually quite cute. As you could see from my initial screw up there is absolutely no merit or no technicality to where I put any of the plants in any of my builds. I just set things in spots and then shuffle all those plants around a bunch until eventually I find something that I like. And that's what I did in this tank too. It goes to a point where I'll just look at a tank, I'll think it looks awful, rip everything out, redo it, and sometimes do that 1 to 3 times on the same build just until I get something I like. But in the end, I think it's worth it to get the final product that I was really looking for. Here I am first doing a dry placement of all of my moss around the bonsai tree to just get a feel for how it will look, and in the clip you see right after this one, that is when I have already applied all of the glue on the rest of the tree and placed the final piece of moss on the tree, completing it, and I think this tree came out perfect. I had a couple final touches that I wanted to add to this tank, the first being a really nice pink Photonia on the right side of the system, and the second being all of the moss I used to break up the foreground and make it look a little bit better. But with all this, it is time to finally meet the family, so we are going to introduce all of these frogs into the new home. I simply named each one of these frogs after prominent people or even people from games that I just really like. And if you guys know what I was talking about from the names that I put in there, let me know. Put it down in the comments. I would love to let you know if you're right. But with that, I know you didn't see Hubert in this video, which is probably a little concerning, as I said that Hubert was going to be in this tank, but no need to worry. I just ended up only wanting 4 frogs in this tank, as with the breeding project, I have been separating each of them, and I will show some clips of Hubert now. Before I ended off this video completely, I wanted to first say thank you so much for watching to the end, and I really appreciate everyone for clicking on these videos in general. Here, the Topic Aquatic channel has now reached over 300 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. It has been a great year on YouTube, and I've learned so much. I only plan to keep going and keep getting better as I make more of these videos, but I'm having so much fun just showing my hobby. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and more coming soon. Later, guys.